There's nothing in angling quite like the excitement of fishing a buzzbait on the surface. The action is both visual and exciting. Let's join Larry in today's lesson, Clear Water Buzzbait.
Golly, man, did that never jump up there and eat it. Doggone, he's got me straightened out. He is a big one, too, I'm here to tell you. Or he looks big to me. A nice fish. Come here. Look at that size of that thing. Look at the size of that bass. Ain't that a pretty fish? I mean, he just jumped on that little, and look what he did to it. Just destroyed my little buzzbait. Put a kink in it, knocked my skirt off. That's a fine fish right there. Fine fish. Huh. Well, I don't know whether that told me anything or not, but I did catch a good fish. Another one of them lure changes my cameraman just hates. My habit is to a lot of times fish the conditions and the way I feel about the time of day and things like that. And that's the main reason why I started out early with a worm today. And I just felt like bright sun, not much wind. You know, a worm would probably be the best bait, but it didn't take me long to realize that I wasn't getting enough strikes to suit me. I did catch a couple fish on it, one really good bass, but it just wasn't the lure for today. The water temperature is doing some drastic things right now. It's getting cool at night, and you know, that changes patterns right there. And if it was summertime, a worm would have been my best bait. A little 7-inch sickle tail would have probably been the worm for the day. But you know, conditions dictated that I make a change, and I finally figured out what's going on. Dadgummit! Doggone it! That was a horrible job of fishing. I seen him coming, and I seen him open his mouth, and I think I snatched it right out. That was not good, Larry. Larry Wayne should have caught that fish. Vicious little fish. Well, if I didn't, doggone it, miss that one too. I've stopped by the trailer hook on. Need a trailer hook on buzzbaits. There's just a lot of times in bass fishing when I'm throwing a plastic worm and I'm throwing it at the visible cover, and I'm working all parts of that cover, outside edge, in the middle, flipping and pitching and doing all that. And you know, if I throw at it for 30 minutes or an hour, I'm going to pick up a bait like a diamond shad and start throwing in between objects, especially when that water depth is in the 2 to 5 foot range. This is just the type of lure that covers that depth of water real good. And it's one that I'm going to pick up because fish love shad and they love crawfish, and not only that, but they love a diamond shad. And, you know, it's just one of them baits that I'm going to try. Another little feller. The further back I go, the littler they get. The further back I go, the littler they get. I'm gonna tell you right now, I just like to got me an awful backlash. That tree limb right there, just all, if my lure would have hit that, I'd been picking for a while. That gives you the worst backlash of anything. It's something that stops your lure before you make your cast or during the cast. It's, there's another one that ain't too awful bad. He ain't not no big one, but no big one by no means, but I'll catch a big one before it's over. Yep. All right, I'm ready this time. I got me a trailer hook on there. I'm not gonna do that no more. Sometimes when I'm playing, this is playing, you know, when I'm filming. It's not really playing, but it's not like it's a tournament and it just kills me to miss a fish. And I'm just too doggone lazy to dig around there and find that trailer hook. And when you're throwing a buzzbait, you need a trailer hook. I feel like a spinnerbait is something that I control, and it's just a matter of whether or not, you know, I'm using the proper rod and I let the fish get a hold of it before I set the hook. But a buzzbait, now see, they just kind of come up and nip at that thing. Some of them crash it, but this one just kind of nipped at it. And I bet you I would lose. I thought I had him with a trailer hook, but I think I got him with both of them. See, got him with both of them. Even though he's a little one. The next big one that bites it, I'm gonna get him.
When fishing a buzzbait, always use a trailer hook. This should reduce the number of missed strikes and lead to a better, more productive day.
I talked him right into it, didn't I? Come out of there. He ain't no biggin', but he's a fish. I love it when I talk them into it. It's what you call thinking you're gonna get a bite. Thinking you're gonna get a bite, you know, when you bring it by there. And it just seems like if I kind of help him just a little bit, by making a little noise, he'll bite. Try it again right there. You know, besides having pork frogs, there's also some other small pieces of pork that are very good for fishing smallmouth bass and Kentucky bass. This little piece of pork right here is called a bow leech. Let me tell you something. If you get around smallmouth bass or Kentuckys and they don't want a bulky, chunky looking lure and they want something a little bit longer and more streamlined, then that's the time when I'm going to go to this particular type of pork. And if I'm fishing real slow in the early spring, a lot of times I'll take my pocket knife and split that leech so that he has two little tails back there swimming around. And a lot of times that's the whole trick to catching a few more bass. Here comes one. Yeah, I seen this one coming. He's a little better bass. Come away from all that. Well, I'll just give you this side then, if that's what you want. Oh, he ain't as good as I thought he was. He ain't as good as I thought he was, but he ain't bad. He's not that bad. Yeah. Way back in here. I seen the water humping up again. It's a little one. I love it when they do that. You just kind of see that water coming up and making a little V, and you know something's fixing to happen if you don't jerk too quick. You know, fall of the year to me is the very best time of the year to throw a buzzbait. And anytime I start getting back into the back ends of little shallow bays and creeks and I start seeing little teeny minnows running around and swimming around in the water, that's how I choose the size of the buzzbait that I want to throw. Today, the little 1/8 ounce Pro model is, it's just a very small buzzbait. It's got a little teeny blade, and it doesn't make a lot of noise. Fish are very spooky in the fall of the year, and to me, that's the most critical time in selecting the right size of buzzbait. White is just a color to me that's one of the very best colors you can choose in a buzzbait, and the water is extremely clear, or if it is very clear and there's lots of little minnows, then white's the color that I'm going to throw. This is the time of year, fall to me, is channel related. Long as you follow that channel from one end to the other, sooner or later you're going to find fish. When you go back in a creek, find that channel and stay with it. Oh, little bitty bass. But find that channel and just stay with it. And sooner or later, you'll figure out where the fish are, how deep to fish, how far back in the channel they are. That's just something that, in the fall, that's what you got to do.
In the fall of the year, bass tend to be channel related or relating to vegetation. When fishing during this time of year, follow the channels, fishing them thoroughly, trying to determine the depth at which the fish are holding.
I'm gonna get a strike. How do they do that? And I don't know how to tell you this, but I think that was about a 3 or 4 pounder. I know he was. I got him that time, by George. Now don't get off on me. Nah, he's better not. He's a good fish, but he ain't no whopper like I thought he was. Yeah. Got me plenty of junk on my lure. Yeah, not too bad a fish. Boy, he's pretty colored. Pretty colored fish. I like it when they get all green and gold like that. And I really like it when they just explode on my lure. Isn't that what makes it fun, when they just explode on your lure? He left me with a bunch of gook on my lure is what he done. On my line. Right in the middle of a good fishing area. Uh-oh. Little ones are fun too. Come on, easy does it now. I don't want you messing up. I don't want you messing up. See you again someday when you get to be about 4 pounds. I feel like a buzzbait was a better producer today simply because the size of the bait fish, water temperature that's in the real low 60s to high 50s, and as the day got longer and I got farther back in these little areas, that surface temperature is warming up, and anytime that happens, whether it be spring, summer, fall, or winter, bass have a tendency to start kind of easing up and looking around at the surface for food. And yeah, I just happened to hit up on the right size buzzbait. If it had been a big noisy one, I may not have caught any fish. But the size of the bait and the conditions is what determined that I choose this little bait. Oh my gosh. Y'all didn't see that, did you? That's where I wanted it. Now I got it skunked. That wasn't me. Maybe it was me. Do it again, I dare you. Oh, George, I dared you. I think this is a good one, too. Oh, this is a real good one. A real good one. Please don't get off of there. No, don't you do it. Look at that fish. Yeah, look at that fish. Fooled you, didn't I? Ain't that a beautiful bass? Look at him. He even got part of his junk in his gills there. A little 1/8 ounce Pro Model Buzzbait. Little bzzz, you know, just the right action. Cool water, not much sound. That's a nice fish. Boy, that's something else. You know, today was a funny day. Just kind of one of them days where things happened. One on a power crawl, one on a diamond shad. It's just one of them deals where I kind of switched baits and finally figured out which one they wanted the best, and it's a little teeny lure. Small lure, very little sound. Come back and see me again next week, and I'll try to make you a better bass fisher.